4 little mice. Leo lives in here, and I'm pairing him up with a pretty little girl who's just gone in here. Pairing him up, oh here she is. Pairing him up with Summer. So he and she are a potential candidate for the film project that's coming up. They'll play Mum and Dad, even though I've got 3 other pairs that I've set up, so I haven't quite decided yet who we're going to get. I'll probably have to film a few of the pairs until I see who's the best mum and who's the best dad. But so far, these two are very much bonded. They really like each other. She's a little bit skittish. Her mum was quite skittish and her grandmum was too, and she's inherited that personality. But Leo is a sweet, gentle soul, so I think it's going to work out well. She's very pretty, little Summer. Very pretty. Plus I have to start training them. I'm going to have to buy some more cheesies and get everybody used to people. But usually it's Midas and Amara that get most of my attention. So I've got to start giving these guys some too. So I've given them a new little hut, so they're quite excited about that. These are kind of cool. You can buy these kits online. I think the company's name is Kooby Dooby. And then you can glue them together, and I also put some wood filler in between the cracks, and I modified it such a way that it would suit the mice better. And they really do like it. Of course, with time it'll get chewed up, except this wood is really tough. They can't chew on it. It's some kind of a hardwood, but the window stuff is softwood, so they can actually chew it. I have verithaned it, so I use semi-gloss, water-based. That is very reasonably non-toxic. They'd have to drink like 10 times their weight for it to ever become even slightly toxic. And once it's cured, it's just plastic, so it's fine. And it helps seal the wood and also makes it a little less attractive for chewing. And for chewing, I tend to give them these branches. They're nice and soft, especially pieces of wood like this that are a little bit rotten. They really enjoy those. So if they've got driftwood in their cage, then they're less likely to chew on things that I don't want them to chew on. So this has only been used for filming. I haven't had it actually in a cage, so we'll see how long it lasts. But the same type of little hut I've put in with Amara and Midas, and it's a bit of chewing on, but it's not too bad. I think it'll last quite a while. So in this cage, the only thing they've chewed on is this little door that goes to the neighboring cage, which I still have to clean. But they seem to have stopped chewing on it now. I'm arranging it so that everybody's in small, stable groups. Mice seem to be happiest this way, and that they bond not just to each other, but also to their territory. So now there's very little chewing on these little doors. They're really happy where they are, and they want to stay in their own little territories with their own little friends. I tried putting my mice in larger groups, but they are not as happy in larger groups. They're much better off actually in groups of about 6 to 3, somewhere in there. And this is a group of 4. I've got my mice right now in groups of 3, 4, and 5, and I have one big group though. It's just not practical. I've just got so many mice right now. And they fight, but they seem to be hashing things out. They're getting older and mellowing out, so it's not too bad. Summer's having a good time. She's starting to have popcorn a little bit. She's a pretty girl. This is Chloe. Chloe's quite a little character. I really enjoy Chloe. And then we've got little Isa here, and Isa has got partial paralysis. It was really bad at first, and I almost gave up on her, but I find with paralysis you just have to, most of the time you just give them a little bit of antibiotics for about a week, and then quite often they regain quite a lot of mobility, and she has done so. So you can still tell that she's a bit handicapped, but she can get around really good. She can skid around pretty well, so no problem. It really shows with mice you shouldn't give up on them too quickly. They can recover and go on to have a pretty good life. And she's a pretty happy little girl, despite the fact that she's just a little bit handicapped. There she goes. Then we got little Leo here. There's a little Chubbo. He's a little fat boy. And he's so chubby, he's a little bit hamster-like. If he didn't have that tail, he would look just like a hamster. They love new cages. Always lots of popcorning. Lots of happy, happy little mice. So, this is Leo, Isa, Chloe, and Summer's cage.